Let's understand how does a web application works. My name is Dhananjay Singh and I am founder of Roboprenr. I'm into tech industry since last 24 years and have built hundreds of software and hardware systems for several tech giants and startups. I have taught thousands of students technologies like Java, Python, robotics, full stack development and artificial intelligence. This video series is focused on engineering students and freshers who want to build their career in software industry and land their first dream job. To access any website or a web application, you need internet. Let's first understand what is internet and how exactly it works. Internet is simply a long piece of wire which connects different computers. There can be a computer in Bangalore and another in Los Angeles. Both can communicate using internet. Now what happens when you open your browser and enter www.google.com? Your request first goes to your ISP, that is Internet Service Provider, the company that provides you internet. It may be Airtel or Vodafone or BSNL or whichever company's internet you are using. Your ISP will contact DNS, that is Domain Name Server. What does a domain name server do? It simply maps a domain name to an IP address. Every website on the internet has its own unique address. It's called an IP address. An IP address is a combination of 4 numbers separated by dots. Internet, through its connection of cables, wires and routers, would use this IP address to locate the computer with this address on the internet. As you can see, it's not easy to remember the IP address. That's where DNS server comes into picture and makes our life easy. You can think of DNS as a phone book of internet that maps these IP addresses into user-friendly domain names. Domain name is a unique name of a website. Is the part that comes after @ sign in email addresses and after www. in web addresses. In case of Google, it's google.com. In case of Amazon, it's amazon.com or amazon.in. In case of Roboprenr, it's roboprenr.com. DNS will return the IP address corresponding to google.com to our ISP. Our ISP will return this IP address to our computer. Now our computer will send request for this IP address to our ISP, and our ISP will now route our request to something called the Internet Backbone. Internet Backbone is not just a name, but it's the giant network of cables and wires that make up the internet. You can see this giant network by visiting submarinecablemap.com. Our request will travel through these wires and will be routed to the computer whose IP address we have requested, which is the Google server in this case. Google server will process our request and respond to us, and the response will reach to us following the same network of cables, wires and routers called the internet. And all that in matter of a second or two, which is amazing considering that our request would have traveled halfway across the globe and back. You can try typing IP address 142.250.77.110 in your browser and see what you get. Now let's discuss web application architecture. A web application in its simplest form follows a 3-tier architecture: client tier, application tier and database tier. Client tier represents the user's devices through which he is accessing the web application. It can be the computer, phone or tablet through which user is sending the request to the server to access the web application. Application tier is where all the business logic, access mechanism and control of the website resides. This tier houses application server. Database tier is the place where all the data related to the application is stored. This tier houses database server. Now, what is a server? A server, as the name suggests, serves. It serves a client's request with a response. A server can serve many clients at the same time. A web application server's job would be to serve the clients through request and response cycle. It will send the information that user requests and can receive information from the user and store it in the persistent mechanism like database and file system. Information can be in form of data, video files, audio files, or images. You can host application server and database on your local computer. But in production scenario, we generally host our servers in remote machines like AWS or GCP. These remote machines are accessed over internet and are known as cloud servers. In Django-based application, the code files and media files resides on the application tier. When a client sends a request to the server, Django will handle the request and create a response that would consist of front-end files, media files, and data. Django will send this response to the client computer over the internet. This information will be displayed on the user's browser. When the user sends the next request, same process is repeated and response is sent to the user. This is broadly the mechanism that a typical web application would follow. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If yes, then do press the like button and subscribe to not miss any videos in this series. I will see you in the next video where we will start looking into front-end technologies and start writing some code. Thanks for watching.